fishing on the sea one day. I took a grown-up to make sure I was safe. With my life jacket on, I put in my net. I waited for a while, and what did I get? I caught a whale.
Hi everyone, welcome to a part 2 of this fishing series, Take Body Fishing. Today I was fishing with Philip, who's an old friend of mine. I couldn't help it but give Philip a quick teaching session. What I want you to do is I want you to cast,
Okay.
and then close it and start reeling.
Okay.
And I want you to see your rod tip vibrating. Look, you see the speed of me cranking?
Huh?
And you see where I'm holding my rod tip in?
Right.
Close to the water, right? And look the speed. Look at the speed of the reel. I want you to do the same speed. And then I want you to lure the reel the lure all the way in here. Sometimes the speed that you bring the lure back is more important than the lure itself. This area. As you can see, I was showing Philip something called cadence, the way you bring lure back to you, and fish that evening were biting right underneath our feet, so it was important to bring it back all the way in. If that would be a fish, it would be pulling, right? Yeah, you see it's not pulling, but I want you to pay attention to what I will be doing soon. So I will be trying to unsnag my lure that most likely was caught at bottom. So I'm gonna be stretching my line and suddenly letting it go. Bring it again. Boom. I'm letting that go. This helps tremendously by taking your lures out of the rocks. I mean, technically you didn't. I will.
Don't lose the lure.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost the lure. I thought you said 0, but I guess you lied.
I lied.
A liar. He's a liar. Liar. So don't go there no more, okay? You learn your lesson. It's okay, Philip. Wow. It's a part of the. It's a part. I just had the lure. It's right here. Look.
You just happen to have an
Ding, ding, just because I knew we're gonna lose that one.
Okay.
I should give you like a baby lure that it actually doesn't even have a hook on it, so you can just keep casting and entertain yourself.
No.
No? You want a real one?
Yes. Don't do that.
There you go.
It's not kind.
I never claimed to be kind. I never claimed that. Today we're fishing with some vintage lures. Well, our vintage friend, he doesn't hear me, but there's Philip right there. And he's my old friend. So today I decided to use these vintage lures to catch fish. He doesn't know it yet, but once I catch fish on these vintage lures, we're gonna surprise him. So we're gonna go with the Maps number 3 in this orangey, beautiful color. The sun is setting down, and I think that could be a good lure to use. There you go.
Potato salad. Did you taste it? It's really good.
You see, when you film something, you actually want your viewer to have almost like a sneaking on you position. Our brain. I don't know about your brain, guys, but mine constantly wants to go fishing. So after making sure the shore was clear from snags, I decided to go with the star of this evening session. So the star of that evening was a Haddon River Run Spook Singer Joint, a mouthful of the lure that was introduced when my dear friend Philip was only 4 years old. This lure casts really well and swims beautiful. It didn't take long until I was able to get on my first fish. So we actually got this little fella on a vintage lure and it works. It's actually a beautiful lure. It's a head-on river runt spork sinker. Alright, there's be more fish behind me, but let this guy go and then we can see if we can catch the one that's splashing. Maybe that's his girlfriend, or maybe that's his mama. When it getting darker, I went to that orangey maps and it also caught like 2 or 3 fish, I believe, that evening. A really cool lure, again, casts so well. In the other lures, because usually fishermen have something called a confidence lure, you know, that meaning the one they start fishing with. So for me, it would be spinnerbait. That would be the one I caught my first fish on, right? But then today, because I took my old friend fishing, I have a box of vintage lures and I started trying them. First of all, I was afraid to lose them because they're kind of historic, you know? But once I realized that I'm not gonna lose him because I've had casted another lure before, right? So I started casting some vintage lures and I started catching fish. So that way I can see that it's not the lure that's catching the fish, it's actually they in the mood of you know, biting. It's very important to change lures and not to fish only one lure, because that way you cannot learn how lures supposed to work in the water. Like when I was teaching you casting, you see, I was telling you I want to see your rod tip vibrating, right? That's how you know the lure is doing what it's supposed to do, like vibrating in the water, because that's what attracts the fish. So the long story short, if the fish, if you start catching, it's important to start changing your lures, so that way you can build a confidence into different lures rather than just believe in like one or two and always keep using them, you know? You just don't grow as a fisherman if you do that. Like it's important to just grow as a fisherman in general. So changing your lures is one of tactics that can help you to become a better fisherman. Capiche? Thank you for listening. I know it was hard. I know it was hard to listen to me.